Have you ever wondered why you get attached so quickly, even when you promised yourself you wouldn't? Why one message, one smile, one tiny moment can feel like the beginning of a whole new story? If that sounds like you, keep listening. It gets deeper. Imagine this. You're alone in your room. The afternoon light is soft, stretching across the floor in long golden lines. Your phone rests on the table, screen dark, silent. And yet, you keep glancing at it, waiting. Not for news, not for plans, just for someone. Someone who has no idea how much space they take up inside your mind. Pause for a second. Has that ever been you? If it has, you're not alone. Because attachment doesn't begin in big moments. It begins here, in the quiet waiting. Maybe it started years ago. Maybe someone chose you first when others didn't. Maybe they stayed beside you on the swing set just a little longer. Maybe they listened, really listened. In moments like that, something formed inside you. If someone gives me a little, I will give them everything. You didn't decide that. It simply happened. But that wasn't the whole story. People like you notice details others never see. A pause in someone's breathing, a shaky laugh, eyes that look away too quickly. Psychologists might call it emotional attunement. But for you, it has always been instinct. You walk into a room, and your heart knows who is hurting before anyone says a word. You attach fast because you feel fast. There are nights when you lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, thinking thoughts you never say aloud. Why do I care this much? Why does silence feel like distance? Why does it hurt even when nothing was promised? Here is the quiet truth. Your heart moves before your mind decides. That is not weakness. That is wiring. But there's another side, the fear. Attachment comes quickly because somewhere, once, connection was rare. Growing older taught you a painful lesson. Love doesn't always stay. So when you finally feel it, even a spark, you hold on. You stay. You show up. You care before anyone asks. People like you are the ones who text first, who remember little details, who listen even when no one listens back. That is a gift, but it is also a bruise, because sometimes you hand your softness to people who only know how to hold sharp things. Let this sink in. You don't love based on what you receive. You love based on who you are. The world today teaches distance. Ghost before being ghosted. Leave before being left. Hide before being seen. But you stay, even when it scares you. You hope, even when others say hope is foolish. You care, even when caring hurts. That is rebellion. Soft, silent, rare. People like you often whisper, "I'm too sensitive. I get attached too easily. I always end up hurt." But pause. What if sensitivity isn't a flaw? What if the world needs people who love quickly, in a time where most don't love at all? Attachment is not dependency. It is recognition, seeing someone and wanting to be seen in return. So the question becomes, what if your heart is not too much? What if it is exactly enough? If this spoke to something inside you, you're welcome to like, comment, or subscribe. Not for the numbers, but so more people with hearts like yours can find a place that understands them. And before this moment ends, take one line with you. Loving deeply is not a weakness. It is proof that you are still alive.